All right. Wait, where is my model and why is it gone? Oh, there it is. Just lagging. Yukati, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. I am your host, J.C. Stevenson. I write stories. I play games. Today I'm doing neither. Today I am talking about Hawaii, which I recently came back from. Welcome in, Sammy, Yukati, Siren, Knight. Hello, everybody. Hello. Weird, welcome in. Where'd I get those pictures of Ohio? Hawaii. Listen, the zoom on my camera is incredible, Hoss. I'm able to get photos from... I'm able to get photos of anywhere from Hawaii. That's a good zoom on my camera. That's all good. Weird, Hoss, welcome everybody, welcome, welcome. I am Jay, you know me. You tolerate me. Hello everybody, hello. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well. I woke up this morning, did some work that I needed to do, a job got canceled, so I had less work than I thought of, which gave me time to take a little bit of a nap, which was very nice. God, it was nice to get a nap in. I'm still a little bit jet lagged. Like just a little bit jet lagged. But that is getting better. And I then had, I then cooked. I hung out in Lily's stream a little bit. I lurked in Mask's stream a little bit too. Oh yeah, they're Sammy with the 3 streak. Sammy's going streaking. I wonder if I can get away where if somebody redeems their streak, the bot will play "We're going streaking" from Old School in there. You guys ever see that? Back when Will Ferrell was actually funny. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. I don't think he's actually naked in that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that because every time somebody redeems a streak, I always remember that line. We're going streaking. We're gonna go down to the quad. Ah, good times. If you haven't seen Old School, it's a raunchy comedy from many years ago. I just dated myself pretty hard. I'll have to do that. That'd be funny. All right. Glad you're doing well, Yukati. I guess for me, I'm ready to just jump in. We'll just talk about it because why not? So the very first thing I want to say is this was technically a family vacation. My sister planned it. You will not see every picture I took because I have a lot of pictures of my niece and nephew in there. I have a lot of pictures of my sister and her husband in there. I have a lot of pictures of family in there. So I've curated this album. I went through it twice. I made sure nobody got doxxed. You'll see some black squares. That's to hide things that you shouldn't see. But it was a family vacation. My sister planned most of it. I tagged along, so a lot of it isn't. I will hydrate and stretch weird, thank you. So a lot of it, I didn't really have much of a say in. For me, it was just tagging along and doing whatever. So I have 2 camera rolls. These are from my phone, and these are from my camera. Like, is this my... This is my phone camera roll, isn't it? Hold on, let me look. Yes. So these numbers here are my phone camera rolls, and this numbering is my camera rolls. So anyways, yes, moving on. So let me pause the background music here. So this was directly outside of my hotel room. Where is, I gotta... pull this up. We stayed like here. I don't know what that whistling is. No, this not even it was a 3-step walk. This was directly outside of my hotel room. Effecto, welcome in. There's a couple of things I want to point out to this. Please note this break in this line of surf here. That I will come back to that. Wait, now how do I minimize this? I'm doing well. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I'd hang out at the beach with Jay just to his pina colada. I did have a Mai Tai and a pineapple cocktail. I'm doing well, Effecto. I assume I'm your favorite ginger. Oh wait, Siren's also a ginger. Is it Siren? Who's your favorite ginger? Okay, hold on. I got a poll now. Who is your ginger? Jay, Siren. There we go. There's a poll for you guys. Now you know. Okay, I can turn this back on. I do have some more videos, but I'll show them in a minute. So let me go to my phone camera. This was the airport. We stayed on the island of Maui. Let me zoom out here. You fly into this area here. Right here, the airport is here. And then we drove all the way around to this area up here. And I know that because I went to Miso Fat Sushi. I actually have a picture of the poke bowl I had. I will show that in a moment. So we flew in here. The weird thing, yes, Sammy. The island of Maui. Isn't that the island of Maui? Yeah, the island of Maui. Maui. Not the island I went to. This is the only Hawaiian island I went to. Yes, Miso Fat Sushi. I will talk about it here. Carry on. Yes, sir, I will. Knight. Wait, Knight's here? Did Knight say something? AI viewers, let me click the... Oh, I banned you. You suck. Rasping Flower JV is a wild name. So yes, we stayed like this was the building we stayed in, and we stayed literally right off the beach. So like we were on like this corner of the building, and you could walk right to the beach. Why don't you believe me, Weird? What did I do wrong now? So this was the airport. Jay's bed. Yes, I did sleep in the ocean. I did sleep in the ocean. This was the airport. The first thing I noticed is that everything is open. Baggage claim is here. There's no door for this. It's just open. There's no window on this. It's just a lattice. Coming from Minnesota, where everything revolves around winter, to a place that has never experienced winter is wild. There's a cat outside? Oh, of your house. I have a picture of a cat, Effecto, but you have to stay till the end to see it. There was a lot of stuff like this where things were just open air, which was wild to me. Just wild to me. And this was directly right outside the hotel room as well. This is this beach, as you can see here. There was these sandbags all along there to hold like the beach away from eroding. And then it was like probably like 6 feet down to get to the beach area. So like there was like a hill here of sandbags. It was a little weird. Wait, I don't want that open. It was a little odd but I get why they did it, especially when high tide came in. The waves were like lapping at the big sandbags. By the way, these are like 4 feet long. These were massive sandbags. It was crazy. So yeah, this was the view directly outside of my hotel room. I took a bunch. This is the first day I was there. I took a bunch of pictures of it because it was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let me go back to my phone camera. The view is very beautiful. Let me go back to my phone camera roll. Oh, there's the Pokeball. We'll wait for that. These people I do not know. Thank you, Sammy. You're very kind. But this was, I gotta get over to, so this was the view. It was breathtaking. The one that looked like a beach whale is me. No, everybody there was cool. So this was the view. This is when I got, this is the next day. No, you're breathtaking. Cue Keanu Reeves pointing at you guys. So this is the next day. The first day we arrived here, we stayed here, we walked across to Miso Fat Sushi. I have to point out, this roll. This was the Pokeball. This is, ahi tuna, avocado, and the rice was very good. Backs Miso Fat indeed. No, Sam, not at all. This was more food than I thought. I could not finish this. I ate a little over half of this. It got to the point, that's a tiny bowl. That bowl is like 5 inches across. There are many men who would disagree that 5 inches is not a lot. That's not a big bowl. Some would say it's too. It's a perfectly average bowl, Sammy. That is, some would say it's too big. Some would say that that's just way too big. You know, that, yeah, that bowl is, that bowl is, yeah, stop bowl shaming. Don't shame my bowl. The first one, I don't think send night. Welcome in, welcome. It was very good. I enjoyed it. I would have liked, I'm turning this into a make Jay giggle and smile stream. I always giggle and smile. I'm a giggly bitch. It took sideways, and this is, I corrected it. But it was very good. My siblings ordered a, are there pictures? Looks pretty good. It was very good. Are there more pictures? Yes, my sister and her husband ordered some, they ordered some stuff like this. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, it was a lot. They ordered something that looked like this. I had one piece of it, and it was a lot. It was way too busy for my taste. But it was a pretty small, like, little joint. Yeah, look like this. There was a sushi bar. I sat, if you turn the camera, there was a like a little nook over here. I sat over here. Oh, it was good. It was very good. Also, apparently Guy Fieri was there. The wasabi was not wasabi. I tasted it. It did not taste like the wasabi I had in Japan. But I didn't need to eat that. It's horseradish, yeah, but I didn't taste that. but I tasted it but didn't have it. I wish I would have had some of their nigiri. The poke bowl was good, but I couldn't finish it. It was so rich. It got to the point where eating it just made me feel sick, so I had to stop. But if you are on Maui in this area, I can recommend this place for sushi. It was very good. Any bugs? I don't think so. I'm trying to see if they have a picture of the corner table we sat in. Fun fact, Costco sashimi and poke is pretty good for what it is. Listen, if you like poke, like the convenience stores, the gas stations in Maui were literally selling poke by the pound. I didn't get a picture of it, but they literally had, like, you go to a deli and get macaroni salad, they had poke that you could just buy like that. I'm trying to see if I can find the table I sat at, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, they had edamame too. We tried the edamame. It was pretty good. I can't find it. I'm not going to keep scrolling, but it was very good. It was very good. This has been remodeled. This counter wasn't there because this was here, and then this was open to people, and we sat kind of over here. So this store has been remodeled since these pictures were taken, which is cool. It was very good sushi. If you are on Maui and you're in this, and you are in this area of Maui, I can recommend it. Let me see if I can find, because right here, this was a gas station. Yeah, this is a Shell station. Yeah. Do they have pictures inside? Because you could buy poke here. Yeah, right here. This counter over here had poke in it. There was hot food. There was also a steam bun thing over here, and they had ice cream. They don't have very many. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, it might be this. I can't really read that. But yeah, this is those things that Death wanted me to try, and I never tried one. I should have tried one. I never got around to it. But yes, we bought gas here. This was our gas station. Can I turn? Whoa. Yes, so this is the building we stayed in. You walk down here, and then over here, and this is our parking lot. I turn this? Yeah, this is the building we stayed in. Right. And then Miso Fat oh my gosh, that's opposite. Miso Fat Sushi is right down here. It's right over here. It's like right down right there. So we were literally right away from it. That was the first meal we really had in Maui. Good stuff. Back to, feel free to ask questions. I've also never been to Costco. Okay. Oh, this is also too, you maybe saw this on Discord. Next to Miso Fat Sushi was this little, like, shop, this little gift shop, and they had tarot cards. And I took a picture for Effecto, because I know Effecto likes tarot cards. So I sent this into Discord when I got home. I also ended up buying a tarot set, because why not? But this is one of the pictures I took. This is for Effecto. They had a bunch too, like they had a whole thing here, and then on the other side of the shelf there was another one, and then on there was a shelf back here too that had even more of them. They had a lot of them. Kind of crazy. And then Sunset. so that moves to this camera. Tarot cards? Yep. What are you apologizing for, Effect? I never apologize. What have we said about tarot cards? Tempt fate and play with them. Kitten acquired. Based. Okay, let me double check what I have here. Okay, so I can see myself sitting on the beach watching while eating Jollibees. It would be fun. You actually did that? Based, dude. Only when depressed, good job. Thank you. I'll take any good job I can get. So if you haven't seen it, oh wait, this is my phone camera roll. No, that's my camera roll. Now we got to do that together, Jay. Deal. I don't know when. I should have had a Mushubi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I should have had one. It's one of my neighbor's cat. They often leave them outside, and this one is so cold. I brought her inside for a while. Very kind of you. I have no idea when. We'll work it. We will. I have got a vacation plan. I am very vacationed out, guys. 2 vacations in a year is too much luxury for this farmer. So I need to wait. And I already have what I'm going to do next year planned out. So I'm leaving you. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. This was the sunset. He's going to become a full-time YouTube travel vlogger. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. If I had that much money, I would not do it. Guys, I like being home too much to travel this much. So I'll talk about it a little bit. The main reason. This, by the way, is unedited. This is not an edited picture. I could not. The only reason I took this Hawaii vacation is because when I went to my grandfather's funeral, there was a lot of pictures of him traveling, and I realized how short life was, and I had the opportunity to go to Hawaii, and I'm like, well, I've never been to Hawaii. I'm gonna go. So I went, and I gotta be honest, 2 vacations a year is way too much luxury for me. I can't do it. Follow his new YouTube channel for updates at Farmer J. I did visit a pineapple plantation, and you'll see that in a minute. Show me a pic, Effecto. Hold on, let me get my Discord up. Show me a pic. I'm glad you're keeping Grandpa's memory alive by traveling and seeing more of the world. Him and my mother and her sisters, because it was my mother's father, they traveled a fair bit. I'm going to show you Effecto's pic, of course. Can I? Yeah, so I can just pull this over here. I'm assuming pet tax. I keep all of my notifications clear. I can't stand having little poop kitty. That's adorable. Do you guys want to skip ahead? You want to skip ahead and see my sister's cat? Hey, Chad. Siren already reacted. All right, we'll skip ahead. Phone camera roll. We'll skip ahead. How is this gonna work out? Hold on. They just open a third one? It just opened. Okay, so this is back at home. You can see my Nintendo Switch 2. This is the picture I took of the tarot cards, and then when I opened the deck, the first card was the Foolish Man, which I thought was hilarious, and then my sister's cat. This is blocked out. This is a baby shower invitation for my family who is having a baby, so I blocked that out so that you could not even potentially read any of the text. But this is my sister's cat. One of my sister's cats. Very cute. Life is truly too short to just go through. It is. Life is very short. And the older, well, as they say, the days are long and the years are short. There you go. That's my sister's cat. This is the end. This is back when I was home. As I was looking through my tarot cards, the cat came up and I thought, well, Effecto likes tarot cards and cats. Why not snap a picture? Oh yeah, kitty. It's my sister's cat. One of them. I think her name is Jellybean, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yes. Okay. Yes, back here. So I came out with my camera. This is the first evening that we were there. Well, okay, so technically speaking, this was the first evening we were there. We went to the hotel, we slept. This was the next morning. But this was the first, like, full evening we were there, is when this happened. And I came out and I took cult. Yay for cult felines. Yes. The cult of Jay. The cult of Jay is here. If I started a cult, would you guys join? The ginger cult? Like, comment, and subscribe if you would join the ginger cult. Don't. I also don't know who these people are. I don't know if they were like proposing or something. I don't know if I accidentally caught their proposal. That seems like I did. But I was taking a bunch of pictures of this sunset because I was testing out settings on my camera. So I have a buttload of pictures of this. I've joined the Helldivers cult and Darth cult. Why not? Sorry, I've been distracted by Kitty. Don't worry, Effecto. Take care of the cat. That is fine. So I have a bunch of pictures of this as I was. Oh, that's the pineapple plant. So we'll talk about that in a minute. I have a bunch of pictures of this sunset on my camera because I was testing out settings to see which ones took the best pictures. Gluten, I can promise pineapple. Does pineapple have gluten? This was breakfast the next day. My sister cooked me an omelet and made these were some kind of sausage. I forget what they called them, but they didn't taste like normal like sausage. I think she said they were like Portuguese sausage or something. Linguiça? Linguiça? Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, that looked like them. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's in my head, the sausages. Yeah, it looked like this. Not like this. It came like this, only it was one sausage. There we go. This is what it was. This is exactly what it was. Right there. Long guy's different. I don't know anything about him. I had never heard of this before, nor had I ever had it before. And truth be told, I don't know if I want to have it again. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that I would have picked to eat for myself. Right? Like, it was good, but it was clearly like a different palate than mine. And then I have more ocean pictures here. Okay, so this is why I said keep in mind those waves. These little black dots, I zoomed way in to get this. These are rocks, right? Maybe it was the size too. They don't come in small portions. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. Like, it was good. It was nice to try, but it was not something that I would want to like take home and eat. It wasn't exactly for me. I didn't take this picture for the view. I took this picture for the rainbow because it was raining. You can just barely see it here. I can enhance that. Not that way. I don't know what would actually help with that. Not the saturation. No, doesn't look like it can. But yes, there is a rainbow right here. It was raining this morning, and I snapped a picture of the rainbow because I thought it was pretty. So if you can see it, you can see it. If not, you're in trouble. Colorblind test, everybody. Can you see the rainbow? You're out of water. Well, get some water. That's a sea turtle. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let me go back to these pictures here. So you see these waves? There's a rock wall underwater here, right? And these rocks were a little ways out. I ended up swimming out to those rocks one day with a snorkel. I was going to swim out farther, but I couldn't make it because the wall was only like, they cut your water. You're the rock. You are the wall against which the darkness breaks, Sammy. Steel is my body and fire is my blood. I believe it, Sammy. I have no doubt. No doubt at all. Why did they cut your water effect? You like turtles? I like turtles too, which you'll see a lot more of them because I have turtle pictures. There was a rock wall like reef out here. I did end up swimming out there because I'm a very good swimmer, but I couldn't go further than like right here on this picture because so that was like right out here. So it was maybe like 2 or 3 swimming pools away from the beach. I don't know how exactly how big that is. My American measurements like 3 swimming pools away. I don't know exactly like how many feet or meters that is. But it wasn't that far away. Also, you can look at the rainbow a little bit more. It wasn't that far away. But I couldn't get all the way out to the rocks breaking the surface because they were underwater and I couldn't get further out past the rocks because the water was only like 3 or 4 inches above the rocks. I went at low tide, which was a mistake. I should have went out at high tide, but life goes on. Life goes on. I guess the payment side didn't go through. I'd have to check tomorrow. I am the wall with which good and evil fight over. Knight, you are a wall. What was that saying? How deep the ocean is? Mine, something like that. It seems to be 4 or 5 feet, maybe. I would probably say that. Let me get back to a actual beach picture. So again, you can kind of see the distance a little better. There was like you see where this wave is breaking. This is where that rock wall was in terms of like distance. I would probably say the water was maybe like 8 feet deep there, like on this side of the rock wall. I would not have been able to stand on the bottom of the ocean there and have my head above water, and I'm 6'2". So I would say 7 or 8 feet deep out there. It was surprisingly shallow for an ocean. But the crazy thing about it is out to about here, it was only like 4 feet deep, and then it kind of just dived off. and it went from like 4 feet to like 7 feet in the span of like nothing. It was kind of crazy how that happened. Yes. So the reason this is cropped weird is because my niece was right here. So I cropped this side out. She was playing in the ocean. She was about like 4 or 5 feet away from a live sea turtle. This is a sea turtle. They would just pop their heads up on the beach to breathe. I don't know what they were doing there. I don't know if they were feeding. I don't know if they were looking for a spot to come ashore, but they would just pop their heads up every so often, and it was very, very cool. And with that, okay. So hold on. Turtles are like the therapist. I have a lot of turtle pictures. They're coming up later. You will see them. Okay. From there, we drove to a pineapple plantation. Nope. Is this a store? Yep. So this was Maui Gold pineapple is a type of pineapple. It's not a type of pineapple. It's the name of a brand of pineapple. I was in this store. Was I in this store? No, I wasn't in this store. This is the wrong store. Hold on. That is more accurate. Yes, that's where it was. This is where it was. We went out on a tour. That was my tour guide. That was my tour guide. We went out on a pineapple tour. There is a store here. There's a little gift shop here. Sorry, tour guy. He's so famous on my tiny stream. That was my tour guide. That was the guy who drove the bus. That's pretty cool. So I have a bunch of pictures on the way there. These are just out the car window. I was trying to take a picture of the island, but the tree got in the way. We love tour guide. We stand tour guide. The scenery was gorgeous. Fun fact, pineapple in Spanish is piña. I knew that, and I really like piña. You can also see the back of my brother-in-law's head. Say hi to my brother-in-law. When you realize therapists, doctors, lawyers, and priests are professional yappers, also VTubers. Also VTubers. So this was the right side of the car, and this was the left side of the car. Pineapple can also be ananas. VTubers equal priests. I guess we are Eldritch Entity. What about the back side of the car? I had some pictures of that because it had some scratches on it. I took them off though, just so that there wasn't any like identifying information. Anane. I don't. You're not helping me with. I'm a big dumb American effect though. Hold on. Jay takes confessions. Do I need to do a confession stream? Do I need to get like a nun outfit on? That would probably bring in the viewers if I had a nun outfit. It's French. Anana. Nun outfit Jay. Yeah, nun out. Biblically accurate Jay. Well, I'd be here regardless of what you're wearing, but all right. So yes, I have a lot of pictures of, I went down this road quite a lot. This was very pretty. Also, the weird thing is, the speed limit here are so weird. I like how I brush past the nun conversation to talk about speed limits. We're moving on. We're moving on. Hawaiian speed limit, they're very weird. You'd be on like the curviest road imaginable and it would be like 40 miles an hour. And then you would be on a straight shot and it would be like 25. It was ridiculous, the speed limit. It made no sense whatsoever. Like the speed limits are stupid silly. The Church of J. Oh yeah, that sounds better than cult, Effecto. The Church of J. But that made more sense to me than the driving habits of the idiots who inhabit my state. We're not going to talk about... Listen, I want to make it very clear. I think that people can drive however they want, but some people are clearly insane. I was expecting the speed limits to be somewhat normal for safety reasons. They make no sense whatsoever, Yukari. I am not joking. Like, I wish I should have got pictures of the signs because I didn't think about yapping about it. All right, we'll talk about this in a minute. A perfectly average pineapple. We'll talk about this in a minute. It made no sense how the speed limits work. Like I said, you could be on like a road curving around the mountains, like going off every which way, and it would be 40 miles an hour, and people would be like riding your tail, your rear bumper the whole way, and then you'd be on like a straight shot and it'd be like 25 and there'd be nobody. It makes no sense. Go 60 in a school zone normal Monday. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. So this was on the pineapple tour. I learned more about pineapples than I ever wanted to do. You can thank this guy for it. Tour guide. Let's make him famous. I forget his name. He's a cool guy. Maui Gold Pineapple Tour. Maui Pineapple Tour. I can recommend this too if you like pineapple, because they serve you pineapple at the end. But they take you around and they talk about how they grow pineapples. And these are how they grow. These are actually this is the pineapple flower. You don't like it? I love pineapple. Each one of these is a flower. I have another bad picture of it, but each one of these little things is a flower, and this is where those little like nubs come out for pineapple. And he said the way you're supposed to take the picture is from the top down. So that's what I did. So you can see all the little like flower parts here. You can see how they kind of jut out. So this is a pineapple flower. This is what they look like before they grow into pineapple. By the way, he said it takes like 3 years to get a full-grown pineapple, and they do a bunch of stuff to like stress them and fertilize them to get that down to like 18 months. But but it takes like 18 months to get one pineapple off of a plant. And the other thing he said too, which I didn't actually know, was that they can get 2 pineapples per plant. So I love pineapple. Add some Mexican cayenne powder, chili, and it's good. I just like pineapple. So one of the things I did not know is you could get more than 1 pineapple off a plant, but each subsequent pineapple gets smaller and sweeter. So because of the way they sell pineapples, so for instance, you have this one. This is one that was the pineapple was damaged. He said the pineapple on top is directly related to how big the plant underneath it is. So it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have like a 3-pound plant, you get a 3-pound pineapple. And if the plant gets damaged, then you get these. No, this is fully edible pineapple. He passed it around the truck. This is in the truck. This is a full, it smelled like a pineapple. You could have cut into it and eat it. This is a fully grown pineapple. Also, that's my hand and my shoulder bag. You cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, I'm not going to try. but it's like a 1-to-1 chat. He bought that from Ross. Adorable pineapple. But it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if the plant gets damaged, how do we know that's not a fully sized pineapple? My hands are not that big. My hands are not that big. I do have large hands. They're not that big. I mean, it is full size for that specific plant. But what he said was, if the plant gets damaged, it will produce a smaller pineapple. And every year, or every 18 months, they can get a pineapple off the plant. But each pineapple gets smaller and sweeter as the plant goes on. Right? So they can only get 2 pineapples off of them before they become too small to be worth selling. Like how much can you plant take until it decides, screw it, you're getting a golf ball? Pretty much. Apparently that's kind of how it is. I took a couple of pictures with my phone too. Let me see how many I have here. Okay, hold on. Let me go through these. So I have some pictures of them in various stages of growth. So these are almost full grown. The Dole Plantation. This place was not full at all. I did try Dole Whip. I tried that at the aquarium, which we'll talk about in a minute. So you can see that they grow in a bunch of different states. Like these are almost fully grown. Like it looks almost fake that they grow this way, but that's how they grow. These are damaged plants. So they have hogs and deer here that will come in and eat the plants. So these are all very damaged, I believe. Oh, Nene birds. That's why I took this picture. These are the state bird of Hawaii, Nene birds. Nene geese. They're geese. It is a type of goose. They are the state bird of Hawaii, the Nene. They were just wandering around the plantation. There's a chicken. That is not the state bird of Hawaii. So it was very cool, very pretty plants. I like pineapple, so it was very interesting to me. That is the bus we rode. That is not the bus we rode. To be fair, I was driving around the plantation. I was driving around the plantation. That's the bus we rode. That is not the bus we rode. Another picture from top down. Again, very pretty. I was surprised how pretty they were. You were running over the pineapples trying to make golf balls. Yes. I wanted to have slingshot sized pine, because listen, the enzymes in pineapple dissolve people. They do. Death, welcome in. Death. Hi, Death. How's it going, man? Who voted for Carrot Top? You're banned. You voted for Carrot Top, didn't you, Death? You're banned. We'll talk about this in a minute. I saw chicken. This was outside of a Panda Express. I don't recommend. I think both my sister and I got sick from eating at Panda Express on Maui, so do not recommend. But this is outside of Panda Express. I got this at the pineapple tour. Well, why is it an option then? It is the option that makes you get banned if you take it. That's why it's there. I got this for my other niece at the pineapple place. So my youngest niece has a shirt, which I thought was very, very funny. This made me laugh more than it should. Well, she's like 2, so she likes anything that's pink. But yeah. How is that a funny shirt? It's a funny shirt. Oh God. Okay, we'll talk about those in a minute. hold on. Let me double check on my pictures and see where I am. Okay, we will go through. Okay, we'll go through the camera roll for a little bit longer. How though? It's a pineapple slice, and it says, "What's up, home slice?" It's funny. It's a dad joke. It's funny. It's funny. Knight, I want you to type LOL in the chat right now. I'm waiting. Okay. We're fine. All right. I don't know what these are. Well, I know they're longans. I looked them up. They were at a grocery store. I looked them up and it said they tasted like butterscotch. They do not taste like butterscotch. They're little balls. And this is a skin that you peel open, right? And it looks like an eyeball inside. And they taste like vodka. They tasted just like vodka. Also ignore the sand under my fingernails. Floral, it tasted like booze. Eating one of those things tasted like taking a shot of vodka. It was terrible. That's because you missed your booze collection. I bought a booze collection. You'll see a picture of that too. Also, you may have gotten some that are close to that. Could be, but they tasted it. This tasted like. Probably goes hard with that fruit. It probably does. It tasted like vodka. It was terrible. I ate like 3 of them and it was like, no, I can't do this. This is a full-grown pineapple. This is a full-grown Maui Gold pineapple. So just so you're aware, tiny pineapple, actual pineapple. That's a golf ball. I'm glad you got her water and food, Effecto. Well done. By the way, Maui Gold pineapple, which I believe you can buy. Please tell me it's not gonna like dox me. Yeah, they're expensive as hell. They're very good. I don't recommend buying them. Lath, it has been a bit. Lath, welcome in. Go back to the golf ball. We will in a minute. I do not recommend ordering them online. This is way too expensive. They are, however, delicious. They are very sweet. They are far less like sharp than a lot of like pineapples you get at a grocery store. These were very good. Highly recommend. And Sammy wants to go back to the golf ball. There you go. Tiny pineapple. That's just a regular pineapple. It is not. It is basically a regular pineapple, yes. Sammy, you are not a child. You're fine. So yeah, visited Pineapple Farm. Don't have longans. This is a tiny apple pie. There was a I'm not arguing with you, lady. It's regular pineapple. There was a street market type thing. There's a lot of them where there's just like food trucks and stuff going on. There was one next to you need to speak to my manager. Who's my manager? Hold on, let me get my manager. Hold on. Who has a problem with Jay? The manager is here. Who has a problem? I'm using Siren's model for cursed reasons. I shouldn't do that. You don't know how to manage your employees rude and arguing with me. You knew that. Cursed? I know. My voice coming out of Siren's model is pretty cursed. Sir, putting on that wig doesn't change anything. Anyways, there was some, I don't remember the name. There was some little like bistro that serves sandwiches and they had these little pies. This is chocolate cream, chocolate, what were you saying about me? I used your model. Lath was looking for a manager, so I used your model to play the manager for like 30 seconds. By the way, follow the Shy Siren, my manager. Best VTuber manager in the business. You know what? This was chocolate hazelnut. This was good. This was banana cream. This was phenomenal. And this was apple. And this was the apple was good. This topping, like the crumble on top, Jay's drag race. Yeah. So okay, so I need a drag outfit. I need a nun outfit. You don't like oats? I like oats. It was like they put vinegar in it. It was like bitter and sour. Like the topping, the texture was great. It was very crumbly and crunchy, but it was like they put vinegar in it. It was such a weird flavor. The apples and the crust were very good, but this crumble was not phenomenal. On the other hand, if you are in Maui and you find these, get one of these. This was delicious. This banana cream pie was legitimately phenomenal. This was okay. This was phenomenal. I am not tripping. And then we get to the beach. Okay. I once ate a dish so good, I got knocked out. You want to know what it was? Was it a knuckle sandwich? That's what I would say. A cow kick? That would do it. Okay. Let me check my camera rolls here real quick. Hold on. Okay. I gotta go to this. Nope, this wrong. Okay. You guys, so Siren, you're allowed to laugh at this, Siren, but you can't tell people why it's funny. This beach, which is this picture down on the beach, and this picture, this is overlooking a beach called Slaughterhouse Beach. It's right here. I dox you, you live in America. I do live in America. This is overlooking Slaughterhouse Beach. It is not technically named Slaughterhouse Beach. It's called Slaughterhouse Beach because there used to be like a slaughterhouse up in around this place. I want to point out this is very beautiful. However, it costs like $40 to park here. You park on the side of the road and then there's an app and you have to pay like like $40 to park there. Which I don't know if you're just supposed to ignore that. We didn't. We paid the price. But I wanted to go there. Hydrate. I just drank. I will stretch. Very pretty location. That's my niece's arm right there. I didn't figure the arm would dox her. That's my niece's arm. There were some flowers here. I don't know what they were. Very pretty. There was another random chicken on the beach. But you can see, you up for some lunges? Not right now, Leif. But I did just drink. But you can see this is the picture of the shore right. Also, there was this little, I don't know what this bird was. It looked almost like a woodpecker, but it's not a woodpecker. That was just running around the beach too. Random rooster? Yes. But the beach was very pretty. Apparently snorkeling off this beach is good. I didn't go. Okay, we can continue on this roll for a little bit. I took a bunch of pictures. You're gonna notice oh wait, no. This is the end of the Slaughterhouse Beach ones. I'm getting jealous. I only visited a beach like 3 times because Iraq doesn't have beaches. I have only been to a couple of beaches as well. Black Square right here. My niece and nephew were playing down there. That is where they were standing. So I blocked that out. You don't get to see. I don't know who these people are. They're adults. These were children, right? These are adults, so they're fine. But it was a very pretty location. And this is at the Luau. So let me go here real quick. Let me go through this. Okay. I forget. I forget. Yes, I live in Minnesota. This is at the Luau. This is a Mai Tai. We'll talk about that in a minute. From there, this is just some random lookout spot along the road. You could just stop and park here and take pictures. There's 3 islands here. This is a crescent island. Can I find that? Is it out here somewhere? I forget where it is exactly. But this is a crescent island. I zoomed in on it. As you can see, my camera has a phenomenal zoom. This is apparently a very popular snorkeling spot. You can see boats out here. You can do tours out here. I didn't do it. But there's a humpback whale plaque here. This is just a random spot. I thought it was a very cool visual. Apparently in the winter months, whales will come to Hawaii. We were there in May, so no whales for us. But very cool spot. You can read the plaque for a little bit if you'd like. Again, it was just sitting there. It's just a very cool little location to stop and look around and take in the visuals. Again, it was a very beautiful place. Hawaii is gorgeous. Also, by the way, the weather is apparently like 70 to 80 year round. Right? So basically the weather is perfect all year round. If you like, it was a little warm for my taste, but pretty nice. Tomorrow we got to do an elderly care house. Don't know the name in elderly care house? I don't know either. I gotta get materials ready. Good night, everybody. Sorry, Jay, I can't choose a favorite ginger. I understand, Effecto. Go get your work done. Thank you so much for swinging through and hanging out. Have a good night, Effecto. Sleep well. Don't be nervous. You got this. You'll be fine. Very cool though. This too was sort of just like this is a very sort of like alien looking landscape to me. This sort of like volcanic rock beach area. So I just took a lot of pictures of it. Same thing here too, right? Just this sort of lookout area, the island. This is in the aquarium. This is directly inside the Maui Aquarium. Here. That's not right. It's just the Maui Ocean Center. We went to this aquarium. Very pretty. We walked around it for a little bit. Oh, actually, I should do the luau first. Okay, we're gonna do the luau then. So, when you walked into the luau, we'll talk about the aquarium in a minute. They just gave you a Mai Tai. They're like, hey, you want booze? Here's booze. So I got a Mai Tai. And then I ordered some sort of pineapple drink. This is also very good. And then the food. So it was kind of like a buffet. You could take whatever. They had like a buffet laid out. You could take whatever you wanted. So I got a little bit of everything. There's some macaroni salad. There's some mixed vegetables. There's a little salad over here. This is fish. This is beef. This is teriyaki chicken. And this is pulled pork. And then I have some like glass noodles down here. And then there's some rice. And then there is a obe? What's the purple yam name? Ube. They had these buns. They were like sweet. These were really good. And then that's butter for the bun. So this was the meal they served. It was good. It was all right. The chicken was surprisingly good and the pork was good. The fish tasted way overdone to me, and I like my fish overdone, so it was not great. The beef was okay. It was really fatty, as you can see. The bun was really good. The mac salad, the vegetables were good. The mac salad was okay. The salad was okay. But this was the food. Probably disappointing. I don't know if that's disappointing to anybody, but it was fine. I think this was the Drums of Lahaina. How do I spell this? Drums of the Pacific. Yeah, this one. It was at the Hyatt. This is the one we went to. It was expensive. And then this was dessert. This pineapple upside down cake. This one broke. This was, I forget what this is called. It was some sort of like coconut, like jelly dessert. It was okay. I didn't mind it. And then a brownie. The brownie were good. And then this was the stage. Don't know who any of these people are. This was the stage. I thought it was very pretty with the mountains behind it. This was the stage. You'll have to tell me if this is good or not, Sammy. I don't know. I didn't have my actual camera with, so I could only use my phone, which is not a great camera. So there was a number of girl dancers, guy dancers. They performed a number of sort of like dances and songs and stuff. The music was good. There was fire dancing. There was one fire dancing show. Again, I didn't have a very good camera. If I'd have known it would have been like this much of a show, I would have brought my actual camera and taken like decent pictures, but instead I have this. This is a different beach. So yeah, it was fine. I don't know that I would recommend the Drums of the Pacific for the price. I think it was like $200. I think it was like $200. Yeah. Yeah, it was $210. For that price, I mean, they had an open bar, so maybe if you're a bigger drinker than I am, it might have been worth it. I only had 2 drinks and I stuck with water. What's up, Sammy? Drinking? Maybe it was worth it then if you like to drink more than I do. But the food, the show was good. The food was good. The drinks were good. Everything was good, but it wasn't $210 good. If it had been maybe like 110 or like 130, maybe I could recommend it, but to be honest, luau's are worth when you can enjoy it with a group of friends and family. My family was there, and maybe because my nephew was a little bit pouty, it was kind of rough. Also, I have heard that. Opti, aloha, welcome. So yes, I for $210, I would not recommend this show. You had little kids, so that will affect it a bit. Yeah. But like I said, it was good. It just wasn't $210 good in my opinion. Welcome in, Opti. How you doing? I did buy rounds of drinks for my cousins when I was there. Got the oldest a whole cup of tea. Just mess them up. It was like $60 plus for him since I had to buy each shot individually. Yes, booze racks up quick. So like I said, the open bar probably helps that price a lot. They wouldn't just pour and charge. It had to be you had to pay every shot they poured out. That's a little silly. It's fine. I don't see him often, so it's fine. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Yes, very pricey. This is a different beach. We'll talk about this in a minute, I think. Let me check my rolls one more time. We have to go a little further. No, but I saw sharks. At least I don't think I swam with sharks. I did cut my leg on this beach. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I might have swam with sharks. That, and I wanted to see as many of my cousins at least tipsy as for the luau. Well, then that was worth the price, Sam. So I don't know what this beach was called, but I know exactly where it was. Because it was right across from this place, because I went to this place. You could have just told us that a shark bit you. Maybe it did. Maybe you don't know. Lily! Welcome in, Lily. Did you finish your stream, Lily? You finished your stream, Lily. Welcome in, Lily. How's it going, man? Welcome. I ended up having the groom's drink cousin's wife married into the family because he couldn't finish it. He took like 3 sips. That is not cool. Make him drink. How's it going, Lily? Lily, how did your balls turn out? I wasn't able to stay because I was talking about Hawaii, but how did your balls turn out? That's the wrong camera roll. Okay, so we got to talk about the aquarium first. But looks, I'm glad your balls are coming along, man. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. Okay, so we're going to talk about the aquarium for a minute, which I believe these 2 pictures and this beach. We'll talk about this beach in a minute, but we're going to talk about the aquarium. Well, I guess I can go to the next picture here. Hold on. So this beach, we'll talk about this beach in a minute because I have more stuff to talk about. You like aquariums? They're cool. I don't mind them. There was a Hawaiian shaved ice place at the aquarium, and I got one. I also got one for my nephew. This is coconut, pineapple, and banana, and it was delicious. It was also incredibly expensive. Everything in Hawaii was incredibly expensive. So for instance, I believe this was like $7, which it's an aquarium, but still very expensive. Cries in Canadian dollars. Yeah, the prices in Hawaii were insane. Like crazy for cost. Like, it was very weird. Everything was either like super expensive or like super cheap. Welcome in, Lily. How's it going, man? How was your stream? Did your stream go well? Like, the way it worked out, I didn't understand why something like, I get aquarium theme park food is always expensive, so I understand why this was expensive, right? But a lot of the stuff just didn't make sense as to what the pricing was. So I just didn't get it. This is also in the aquarium. This is a little pool. These are sea stars and you could touch them. So I got to pet some sea stars. But yeah, I have no idea what the pricing was, but I did get to pet sea stars. It's not weird, Lily. You were allowed to touch. Oh, you're talking to stay. Okay, never mind. I understand. I get it now, Lily. I get it. I understand. That's camera. Okay, we'll go to this picture. I bought this at this was a little green apple lollipop I bought from the gift store. The lollipop was good. Despite what you might think, these are not bugs, they're pieces of plum, and they were salty. Like, the lollipop was fine. These little bits were terrible. Can you take the sea stars home? You can try. Umeboshi. Hold on. Let me look up what that is. No, they weren't sour. They were salty. Like, they didn't taste sour. They just tasted like salt. Yeah, it was weird. I got this when I left. This is in the car. Also, ignore my hairy leg. Must have come from someone. It could have. Ignore my hairy ass leg. Yes, you could pet the sea stars. And how pale I am. Stream was fun. You're making fajitas, Lily. Nice. Inappropriate comment for. I think I've made a bunch of inappropriate comments. There was a bunch of cool stuff at the aquarium. There was many fish tanks. I tried to get a picture. This is a piece of bok choy. And there was a bunch of fish eating it. I was trying to get a picture of this lobster. This lobster was like purple. I make the greatest fajita. The best. I know you do, Lily. I know. This lobster was like purple, and I was trying to get a picture of it, and I couldn't because there were just fish in the way. But it was very cool. It was a very cool fish tank. There was a bunch of these smaller tanks that just had fish in it. Lobsters are only red after boiling. I know. They're usually like dark. Like, they're usually like almost black, aren't they? Yeah, they're like this greenish color. Why does purple lobster lead to shoes? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. There was an eel parked under one of the rocks. Right, I think it was like right over here. The blue one. It might be. There were these cool little shrimp. Ah, yes, the purple lobster, my favorite piece of food. Exactly. 45 minutes or seconds or hours night. Scrimples. Okay, got it. We'll talk about the bakery in a minute. Minutes der. I love it. That's my nephew's hand, just so you're aware. He's 7, so be polite. Rockfish. There's 2 of them in the tank. They're very, very ugly, and they're very, very cool. These were probably like 6-7 inches across. They were very big fish. They were very cool. Very cool. Children are scary. My nephew can be a little scary, yeah. If you ever think you're ugly, just remember those fish. See, I was worried this was a mirror. Like if you look at the color, it's kind of the color of my hair. I was worried this was a mirror. I almost censored this just so that you guys, just so I didn't get doxxed, right? I almost did one of these bad boys. Lily can confirm that's what I look like. The fish is a spitting image of you. Why is everybody this fish now all of a sudden? They were cool fish. But I won't. Thank you, Lily. These are seahorses. Seahorse there. Seahorse there. 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 Because that would be a lie. And I never lie. I never lie. This is very cool to see. Very cool little animals. There was a bunch of them in these tanks just sort of swimming around, looking cool. I don't think I'd ever seen a seahorse in real life. This was very cool. They're very cool. They're also very small. Like this guy's probably like 4 inches long. There's little guys. They're not the size of horses at all. But they are very cool little creatures. Very cool. There's another picture of an eel sitting in some rocks. I was trying to track this little guy. He was very cool. Bright orange and blue, right? And he was swimming. He was just zooping around. And I did get a picture of him, but the background is crazy. Then we have sharks. He had a lot of sharks. There were tanks filled with sharks. We got a couple of good pictures of them. There was a lot of fish. Why are they called seahorses if they look nothing like horses? I think it's because... Are we looking for meme answers? I think it's because they have a long face. I think it's because they're sad. Somebody saw them and said, why the long face? Which is the standard joke. You know, a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, why the long face? Tragic, I know. Tragic. Tragic. Anyways, sharks. This is a random guy, I don't know who this is, but they had a little turtle exhibit. A dinosaur? Yukari? You are right, dinosaurs. They had a little exhibit with turtles in it. I had another picture that was a little better, but my niece and nephew were right in it, so I couldn't show it because I didn't want to censor like 3/4 of the picture, so I just deleted it. But there was little turtles. This is above the water, and you can see them popping their head up. Like they did in that picture off the bay. This is when they're breathing. That's a weird looking shark. These are the most dangerous sharks on the planet, to be honest. They look so cute, and then they bite your fingers off. Very cool animals. I think they're very cool. You will also see more of them because I have more pictures of turtles, but that will be later on. Stingray right here. They had a bunch of these little like outdoor tanks. This is a hammerhead shark right here. There. A little stingray. They had a bunch of stingrays floating around. Then when you went back inside, they had a tank filled with jellyfish. So I got a picture of a jellyfish. The tank had way more in there, but it was difficult enough to get this picture. So like I was going to try to get a picture of the whole tank, but I had to get so close to get this to turn out. I'm like, you're not even going to be able to see them. Right. So this is the only picture of regular jellyfish you get. The next picture I've got a little story for. So these are also jellyfish. And me and my brother-in-law were looking at them, and then my sister walks up and goes, "What are these? Are these upside down jellyfish?" I should have got a picture of the sign, because I kid you not, the sign right next to it said, "These are upside down jellyfish." Right? They're called upside down jellyfish. And my sister walks up without even looking at the sign and was like, "What are these upside down jellyfish?" And me and my brother-in-law just pointed at the sign. And she's like, "Oh, never heard of such a thing?" I know, they're cool, aren't they? They're kind of cool. This was just sitting in the exhibit. I thought it was kind of cool, so I took a picture of it. That's like a decommissioned submarine. But yeah, these are very cool. Very cool. Then they had a big tank. So if you look at this, if you turn to the left, this big tank is right here, and this is full of sharks. Like every single one of these is a shark. There's a shark right there. There's a stingray in here. They had a lot of sharks. It was very, very cool. Big old stingray. And then if you go to the left of here, they had one of those underwater tunnels. Which is here. I'm inside of that right now. Here's a shark going above me. I bet you that submarine. That's too soon, man. Too soon, man. Too soon. Yeah, this one clearly used the PlayStation controller because it made it back up to the surface. Clearly. Oh my god. I'm gonna get canceled. So this is a stingray that went over the top of us. I have a bunch of pictures of it. It was very cool. Very cool animal. Very interesting. Did they have a thrasher shark? Is this a D's nuts, Jim? No, I did not see one of these. Are they extinct? No, I did not see one of these. They're cool animals, though. No, I did not see one of those, unfortunately. They did not have one. Weird. I apologize. Very cool animal. This is a whole different location. Let me catch up with my other camera roll. Okay, so this is a different location. Let me go back to my other. This was after we left the aquarium. We then went to a food truck. There was an area around Costco. There's one Costco on Maui. Hold on. Right here. And there's a little area. Food truck park. Get a bunch of different types of food and get some sushi. This is not what the truck looked like when I went, but this is where I got, this is where I got my bao bun. But yeah, you can go here and there's this bunch of food trucks. There's a little place you can sit. Cool little place to eat. Haven't had a bao in it. This is the first one I ever had. Never had a bao bun. So this is pulled pork. There is some pineapple relish, pickled onions, and there was some barbecue sauce on this. It was very good. Expensive, but very good. And then I ordered a thing of tots. So yeah, I would have liked a little more barbecue sauce on this, but other than that, good stuff. Good stuff. The pineapple relish was very good, by the way. I was a little worried I wouldn't like it, but it was pretty delicious. So yeah, bao buns can confirm, good stuff. Good stuff. This was at the hotel or the Airbnb. I just saw a lizard. Just you see, just a little guy. You're just chilling out. This is next to the pool, actually. So you're just chilling out on a pool. You little lizard. You know, this little guy. You're just chilling. This the lizard wizard. And then now we are caught up. So this was the path out to this area. I have no idea where this was. Lizard? Am I going back to the lizard? Lizard. There's a lizard. I have no idea where the next pictures were. My sister found a area that was supposedly had tide pools in it that she wanted to go look at. We never found them. But the landscape around there was breathtaking. It was actually a very long walk to here. I don't remember where we were. But you had to park like a half mile away from the beach because there was some resort there, and I assume they had to have some kind of like mandated like public parking. So there was like this small public parking lot like a half mile away from the beach. I don't remember where it was or what this beach was, but it was very pretty. This is all lava rock. Just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful landscape. As you can see, I took a picture with my camera and then I'm like, oh, I might need to send this to some people. So I took a quick picture with my phone as well. This is a different location that we'll talk about. But yeah, there was some very pretty vistas here. Just very pretty location. And we'll talk about this in a minute too. So this is a blowhole. Go ahead, get your giggles out of the way. Go ahead. I did not get as close to it as you think. Again, my camera has like a 52 times zoom on it, and I am at max zoom here. I do not know. Please have safe search on. That one? Yeah, it's this one. Up here. You had to park like up here or something, and then you walk down, and we stopped like right in here because we were all wearing sandals. Yeah, we stopped like right here, and it is It is way far down. We spent a little bit of time. This is what it was. It was cool to watch. I could not for the life of me get a good picture of it. As you can see, I tried very hard to get a decent picture, and I got the aftermath of it erupting, but I could not get an actual picture of it. This is as close as I got, where you can see the water shooting out of it, like the steam or the spray. But this is where the waves rush in and then they shoot up out of a hole in the rock. Right? Very cool little location. I did not get to do as much there as I would have liked. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a good picture of it either, but it was cool to see nonetheless. And this we'll talk about in a minute. This was the bakery that I was at. Great, I'll just tape it. So this was this bakery. If I go back, hold on, which one was it? It was my camera. So if you look at this beach here, right? This beach. That's this beach over here. That's right here. So if you look at this food, this is from Pao Bakery. This is a walnut brownie, and this is an almond croissant. This was very good. This was okay. This was okay. This I recommend. This, yeah, you could skip. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah. There's another one. So this is going up here. We'll talk about this, but I'm going to go to the next slide. This was on another day. Ignore my heels. In point of fact, you can't have this stuff for free, guys. You can't have that for free. This is a cheesecake. This is a piece of coffee cake. No. Too bad it's gone now. Only the YouTube people with their rewind can look at the heels in my sandals. I did go through most of this and crop out all of the feet that you saw on there. I thought it was Cane's for a second. No. This is Pao Bakery. This looks phenomenal. This was not phenomenal. This was like a triple berry cheesecake. This was weird tasting. My sister, who is a chef, took a bite of it and was like, or if you're subbed, yes, feed content if you're subbed. My sister, who is a chef, took a bite of this cheesecake and she's like, did they make this with cottage cheese? Like, it didn't taste like cheesecake. It tasted, I don't even know how to describe it. It tasted very weird. My niece loved it. I maybe ate like this much of it. And then my sister had a bite and there was like 2/3 of it left. My niece pounded that. She just ate it all. She's like, it's so good. This was a very weird thing. On the other hand, this was coffee cake and it had blueberries in it. In point of fact, I think if I go here, I think when I was looking this up to check it out, yeah, you can see the cheesecake right here. There is a picture right here. This is the coffee cake. This is the brownie, by the way. I had a scone too. I don't have a picture of it. These were very weird. They were super dense and very dry. Like, this wasn't great. The coffee cake was fantastic. This was like the best blueberry muffin I had ever had. If you find yourself on Maui, I can highly recommend this coffee. The other thing I ate, which I think you should see here, is the bread pudding. I got the bread pudding with one of the scones. The bread pudding was good, but it was cold. Like, you needed to take it home and warm it up in order to eat it. And by the time we got back to the Airbnb, it was like kind of rancid from being in the car. It tasted good, but I would, if you're going to try the bread pudding, if you like bread pudding, stop here on the way back to your hotel and get it then. I also bought one of these lychee lemonades, and that was pretty solid. Rancid is bad. Exactly. So if you're going to try the bread pudding, stop at the bakery when you're going home and buy it. And then warm it up at the hotel and then eat it. Don't buy it as you're leaving and then try to eat it in the car. And the reason we got it in the morning is because my sister kept going here for coffee. I never went in, but my sister ordered coffee here like 4 or 5 days of the vacation because she liked it. So this is where she got coffee. Yeah. We stopped across from this beach for a while. In point of fact, I went snorkeling here, or tried to. But as you can see from the pictures, hold on. No, it's on my phone. On my phone camera? No, it was on my camera. Yeah. As you can see, there's 2 rock walls here. So when I went across this one, I couldn't get over this one because the water was like 4 feet deep against this rock wall over here. And there were sea urchins just all over this rock wall. So I didn't dare like climb over it because I didn't have like shoes for that. I was just barefoot. So I didn't dare climb over it to try to go snorkeling on the other side. So I couldn't go snorkeling here, unfortunately. But I did end up cutting my leg. I got like a 2 or 3 inch scrape on the back of my left leg when I was trying to swim there. This is a burger joint. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So I showed you this picture. This is up in the mountains. So one of the places we went to was this. It was not nearly this clear when we were up there, but you will see pictures of this observatory because I have them. So this was the trip up. It was early in the morning and it was raining. Very pretty though. A lot of people come for sunrise and sunset, so they post the times. We did not do that. This was about like 8 a.m. It was very pretty country up here. And you can see as the pictures go on, like the plants get shorter and shorter until it's just like bare rock. But we are above the clouds here. And as we get to the top, you will see the observatory. So this is the summit of this mountain, which I believe the next pic, yes. So I was up at 10,023 feet above sea level. This is what it looked like when we first arrived, and my nephew was kind of like upset because it was cold up there. It was like 80 down by the ocean and it was like 53 up here. It was cold and it was rainy. So my niece and nephew were very cold. They wanted to leave. So we got up here and turned around, and as we were about to leave, these sort of clouds started to break and we got some actually like decent pictures. Here's another sign on that shack. As you can see, the clouds kind of began to break, and we got to get more pictures. Okay, I need everybody to pay attention for a second. The next picture is of my back, and you're not allowed to make fun of my shirt. I showed Siren, she made fun of my shirt. You're not allowed to make fun of my shirt. Okay. It is a crop. It's a crop top. Yes. It's a belly shirt. Don't make fun of me. I was trying a thing. It was hot. My sister snapped a picture of me. You're not allowed to make fun of my shirt. I bought that on the island. I know it's wrinkly. I packed it away. You're dressed for a jungle expedition. I am very pale, so I wear this hat. I wore this hat all the time. I bought that shirt on the island. That shirt was made in Hawaii. It was 35 bucks. Does it come in green? I don't think so. Funny story about this shirt, though. So that's a 2XL shirt. I went to the store that sold it, which if I go back to... So the store I went to is like right here. It's not listed. But it was like right up in here. You went to the Shell station and then there was some steps that went up and you walked around and it was right on this corner. It's not listed. There was a little gift shop here. And I went in there and it was just packed with stuff. Does it come unwrinkled? Not if you pack it. I went there and I bought one of these shirts, but it was an extra large. And then I washed it to wear it. And it was too small after the wash because it's 100% cotton. So then I then thought, okay, well, I'll just give it to my other brother-in-law, not the one who went on the trip because he's a skinnier, smaller guy. So then I went back because I didn't think they had another one because I needed a 2X. I went back and looked at the rack again and I found a 2 extra large of this shirt that was in the 4 extra large section. So somebody had put it in the wrong spot. So then I bought it for me. Right? Because I like the shirt. And from there, I went back, and then my sister wanted to go to that shop too. And when she went to look on the rack, she found another 2 extra large one in the wrong spot. And then she said, I'm going to buy it for my husband, my other brother-in-law. So now me and both of my brother-in-laws have matching Hawaiian shirts. Which is kind of silly. I'm hearing you out, Sammy. I'm hearing you out. You should make that shirt for your model. I could probably do that. I could probably get a Hawaiian shirt for my model. And ditch the tie. I will. So here's the other thing too. You saw it, but add the hat. I'll see what I can do. I bought another Hawaiian shirt there, and you do get a glimpse of it. Oh, wait, no, you don't, because I cropped it out. Vacation J model. Guys, you do not understand. This hat is incredibly expensive. That's like a $50 hat. Jake Chen, welcome. It's hard to beat, but good luck showing whatever you're showing. Jay is out here buying the Cartier hats. My head is gigantic. What's it called? The other shirt pattern. Do you want me to take a picture of it? I have it on the rack right now. Sun hat. It's not a sun hat. Do I dare look up Amazon? You're gonna dox me if I go to Amazon? I bought one of them off Amazon. There it is. I found the name. This is what it is. It's this one. If I like the pattern, I might to make it for your model. So this is what it is. It's more expensive now. When I took a vacation with my family to the Florida Keys. And it was very, this is a long time ago. And my brother stopped and bought like a straw hat to protect his neck and stuff for like $10. And I'm going, oh, hey, I'd like a hat. So I check all of the ones on the street where he bought his, and they're all too small. I ended up having to go to a hat shop in the Florida Keys, and they had one of these, and it was like $50 because I have a 2XL hat. My head is massive. This is a 2XL hat. When my father was alive, and I bought a second one because this is my quote unquote good one, and then I have one of these that's like more for work because this one's all sweat stained and shit. But I bought another one did you, Matt? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I wore this hat no matter what pants I was wearing. I just bought a green one because I like the color. I know I realize that now, but I did not. Siren, are you a senpai now? But yes, I have a very large head. Hat sizing chart. 2XL is like 24 inches around. So my head is 2 feet around, 62 to 63 centimeters. Well, I will call you Senpai 2 then, Siren. But yeah, I have a big head. But yeah, I'll look into making that shirt for my model. Why not? I love it. Why shouldn't I do it? Add the hat. I'll see what I can do. These hats are actually very comfortable, and I highly recommend them despite how expensive they are. If you are looking for something to keep you cool in a hot climate, these hats are phenomenal. Expensive, but they come in a bunch of colors and they are phenomenal. This is the olive one. This is the green one I have, and then I have the khaki one too. Yeah, just so you're aware. I think you're phenomenal, Sammy. Oba-chan, you are not a grandma. I took a bunch of pictures of this area after it sort of kind of cleared off. The dirt is very red up here. But you can kind of see that we're above the clouds here. It was very cool. I personally, I would have stayed longer, but with the kids, they wanted to get going. I would have stayed up here for like 3 hours and waited for everything to burn off. Oh, also, US Space Force. That sign is right here. You can see it right here. No, this is the top of a mountain, Jake Chen. This is the top of an old volcano. I don't have a picture of the other shirt I bought in Japan. I can take one and post it in Discord or something. That shirt was expensive. Top of the mountain. Why are we laughing, Yukari? What did I say now? Yeah, Space Force. Cool stuff. I took a picture of the couple of signs. This is just like you're being watched by these animals and these plants. You're still learning Japan. I should learn Japanese. These are apparently like I don't know if they're endangered, but they're kind of like a thing here. I took a couple pictures. That's not our van. But I took a couple pictures because I thought it was kind of cool. And this is coming back down. Very pretty stuff. And this is night outside of the... I'm laughing at saying, oh, but John Siren. Okay. Okay, we have these pictures here, and then we have... Did you see any dinosaurs Jurassic Park with? I did not, unfortunately. I forget what burger joint. Well, yeah, I'll show more than that. This was after the trip to the mountain. I forget what burger joint this was. I ordered a very fancy burger. 10% battery. Get some chargers. This was a double bacon cheeseburger with cheese and grilled pineapple on it. The onion rings were good. The burger was really busy. Like, it was a good burger, but it was almost like a medium rare burger. They said all burgers were cooked to medium. I felt like this one was a little bit medium rare for my taste. I can deal with a medium burger, but it wasn't a double. It was a single because it was a thick patty. It wasn't a smash burger. It was a thick burger. It was grilled to medium rare, I think. They said it was supposed to be medium. It was a little pink for my taste. The pineapple on it was surprisingly good, though. Like, I liked the grilled pineapple on it, which was weird. I wanted to try it because it was kind of like a weird thing. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate the welcome. Very expensive. Worth trying, but I don't know if this is something I could recommend. I don't remember where it was, which probably tells you everything you need to know. It was in some mall someplace. It wasn't McDonald's. That wasn't it. Maui Burgers? Nope. It was this one. Teddy's Bigger Burgers, I think. This looks like the right place. Yep. I ordered this one. No. I ordered this one. Swiss bacon, grilled pineapple, and jalapenos. It was something like that. This is what I ordered. So you could basically order a regular burger and then they had like a bunch of customizations. And this is what I ordered. That's this burger. So Teddy's Bigger Burgers. It was good. Don't know that I recommend it for the price. I will point out though that one of my niece ordered chicken strips. Their chicken strips were phenomenal. No problem, Siren. What am I helping you with, Knight? YouTube is bullying you. Well, aren't you chaos? Don't you deserve it? My brother-in-law ordered the Hangover, which was bacon, cheddar, hash browns, and pastrami, and he said he really would have just rather ordered a pastrami sandwich because the pastrami was really good, but the burger was a little busy. And I agree with that. The burger was busy. It was a lot. And I don't mean like in the sense that the burger was too big. I mean like there was just a lot of flavors going on there. Thank you for the hydrate, Weird. We're talking about Hawaii. I am chaos, but YouTube won't respect my power, and I'm not in the mood to drop a 9,000 kilogram. Well, don't then. Just chill, dude. So yeah, it was Teddy's Bigger Burger. Can I? Because there was. It was here, and then over here was an ice cream shop. There was an right there. Yep. So after that, we went here for ice cream. They had good ice cream. It was expensive, but they had good ice cream. I think I got like the banana. There was like a banana one. I got like 2 scoops of the banana one. But this was good ice cream. Again, pretty expensive. That's the coffee. Yeah, 2 scoops was like $9. Very expensive. Good ice cream though. And they came with these little like chocolate straws. They also did like the Hawaiian ice stuff. We didn't get this. But again, it was so expensive. Yeah, it's USD. It is very expensive. But yeah, the ice cream was good, but very expensive. There was like a banana one or something that I ordered. I don't see it here, but it was good stuff. The Hawaiian the Hawaiian shaved ice is very good. Like don't get me wrong, it's delicious. It's also very expensive. Like this is very expensive. Everything in Hawaii was very expensive. But yeah, good ice cream. Banana pudding, something like that. It was like I cannot see it here. That's Ren Fair pricing. Everything in Hawaii was Ren Fair pricing. You've tried it, it's very good. The shaved ice in Hawaii is very good. The ice cream was very good, but like Hawaii, going to Hawaii was like being at a Ren Fair. It was just everything was expensive. It was good ice cream. Very expensive. Very expensive. Banana ice cream is so good I can't find it anywhere. There was a bunch of spots for banana ice cream in Hawaii. So yeah, Teddy's Bigger Burger, good stuff. If you go there, get the chicken strips. They were phenomenal. Or order a burger that isn't quite so busy. This was very good. The grilled pineapple, Surprisingly, grilled pineapple on a burger is phenomenal, but this was just it was very busy. There was so much going on that I really couldn't enjoy any particular aspect of it. But yeah, the onion rings were very good though. Solid onion rings. I went through like $400 this Ren Fair. Yeah, it's pretty simple to do that. Oh, turtles. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll go back to this. So this was this evening. I took this picture because this is Venus right here. This is the moon, and this is Jupiter right here. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this is Venus, the moon, and then that's Jupiter. It could be Saturn, but it was bright enough to be Jupiter. I own a telescope. I know a little bit about stargazing. As bright as the one on the bottom was, that was definitely Venus, and then up there was either Jupiter or Saturn. A little closer picture, although this one's very blurry for some reason. Right there, there. Very cool little picture. Again, a very lovely sunset. Right outside the hotel room. Absolutely beautiful. Oh. Got another little video of it. This was around high tide. So like the wall of sandbags is like right here. Can you hear that? You can. Loop this. Yeah, it was very gorgeous. Also took a second one. Let me mute my background music so that you can actually hear the waves. This one's much quieter. But it was very pretty, very beautiful, lovely spot. I don't exactly know what like the Airbnb cost. My sister just said, hey, here's your share of it. Pay me. Look at exactly, Key, look at that water. I really wanted to stand behind the sunset. Yeah. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. Great view. Welcome in, Key, by the way. Good to see you. This was the beach with the turtles that I just spoiled with this picture. I'm up over here. This was not a swimming beach. This was very choppy. This is more of a surfing beach, and there were people here surfing. Right here. You see one? The waves look nice. It was, the evenings there were very good. We had a couple. Listen, guys, I have never encountered so many Karens in my life. You guys can tell me what you think about this. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Turn my background music up. Maybe I was in the wrong. Like the first morning we were there, we were up at like 6:30. My sister made pancakes, and we were sitting out on the patio of the building, like outside, right next to the beach in Hawaii. Well, okay, so I have never had an issue with tourists. It probably was. I've never had an issue with people on planes until this trip. Because I had to take a flight from Minnesota to Los Angeles, and then I had to take a flight from Los Angeles to Maui. My first layover was like 2 hours. So I thought about going to visit Lily, but there's no way I could have done that in 2 hours. And I also didn't want to like, hey, Lily, go through airport security so we can shake hands for 5 minutes, right? I didn't want to do that. But I was in LA, and my flight from Minnesota to LA, some guy took my seat. And when I got on the plane and I looked at him and said, hey, you're in my seat, he looked at me guilty, and then he's like, oh, let me check my phone. And then he pulled out his phone. He's like, oh, I'm an F, not C. I guess I gotta sit next to a window. Right? So he was hoping I wasn't gonna get on the flight so he could have an aisle seat. And I made him go sit next to a window for 3 hours, which isn't so bad, but I never had that. I've never had somebody take my seat before on a plane. And then on my flight from Los Angeles to Maui, I also, because I told my sister when she booked the flights, I said, get me an aisle. I'm a big guy. I want to be able to stretch out in the aisle. And I also want to be able to stand up and walk whenever I need to, because if I sit for too long, my legs just start to hurt. So, is what it is. When I got onto that flight, a lady sat in the middle seat next to me on my left, and then her friend passes by and goes like all the way to the back of the plane. And then this lady sits next to me. I'm in like the 25th row or whatever. And she's like, oh, my friend's back in like 42C or whatever in the aisle. Could you switch with her? I'm like, no. I'm not gonna go to the back of the flight. Like, no. Like, you go to the back of the plane and trade with the person back there. You don't come out. You don't do that. I was like, what? She's like, oh, well, is that your family? I'm like, yeah, that's my brother-in-law and sister and niece and nephew behind me. Oh, well, then I can't ask you. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then she spent like the whole time being agitated because she didn't get to sit next to her friend. It was a little silly. So I have never had that happen to me on a plane ride. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You should have planned better, lady. Exactly, Kate. And then when we got there, the first morning, it was like 7:20 a.m. My sister had made pancakes. I know the time because we'll talk about it. And you guys, we like to talk. Have you tried acting your age? They have not. Hold on. Let me finish this, because otherwise I'll forget. We were sitting out on the patio because there was a table and some chairs out there. So me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece were sitting out there eating pancakes and laughing and talking, right? Because we're on vacation. And the lady who was one floor up from us, we were on the ground floor, who was one floor up from us and one to like the left. As we're eating and laughing, we hear her go, "Can you guys be quiet? It's like 4 a.m. And we like look at each other. What? So I pull my phone out. I look at my clock and it's like 7:25 a.m. And I say, it's like 7 a.m. It's like 7:30 a.m. And she goes, exactly. Some people are trying to sleep. We weren't like screaming. We weren't like yelling. We were just talking and laughing. Well, let me put it to you this way. I told my sister, because she was going to go shopping that day for some groceries. I said, buy me like a wooden lath and some construction paper, and I'm going to put up a sign out on the beach that says no fun before 9 a.m., like right outside in her view. Like I was going to do it, and then she didn't buy it for me, so I was mad. But throughout the entirety of our vacation, like we tried to be polite and tried to keep it down a little bit after that, but I never saw her, but I saw some older guy sitting out on the patio up in that room, like every day, every morning, apparently trying to get away from his wife. So I felt for the poor guy. So yeah, there was that. Okay, all right. Some guy walked up to my row and seat and stared me down like I was in the wrong place. I looked back at him without missing a beat and said he was in the wrong row. Dude walked away, didn't look back because he realized I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've never had the encounters like this on a plane. Right? I've never had encounters like that. So this was the first time I've ever encountered that sort of thing, but it's crazy. That's why Jay ain't married yet. I have yet to meet a woman I want to nag me for the rest of my life. That's not misogynistic. I've had girlfriends. I'm not interested. Although that is my line. Because every so often I'll get somebody like, they'll be like telling me what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll say, did we get married when I wasn't looking? And they'll say, no. Why are you nagging me? That's my go-to line. So you can borrow that. You borrow that. Imagine being in Hawaii and wanting to sleep through the sun. Exactly, Death. Dang, I know, Siren. Lucky girls dating yet? Listen, I haven't always been the best boyfriend, I'll be honest. I also like have terrible taste in women. I've learned that about myself. I have terrible taste in women. You were talking about the guy, you said dang when the guy was sitting outside on his patio to avoid his wife. He said dang. And I said, yep, I agree with that. Just feed him sweet corn. That would probably keep him around. I had a woman threatening to call the cops because her dog was barking at me while I was on a public sidewalk, just walking down the road. Well, here's another one too. After the luau, the Hyatt has a bunch of has like a shopping center in it. So me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece and nephew were like looking through one of these stores, just looking. And the kids were being kids, right? They were kind of walking around and looking at things and being in the way. And there was some older lady there who like looked at the kids and then turned to her husband and goes, oh, I can't believe there's so many people in the way. It's like, lady, they're kids. They're like 9 and 7. They're adorable. What are you upset about? You're in Hawaii. Chill out. By the way, I want to point something out to you guys. I'm not going to show you. One of the reasons why I like this game so much, this is what my niece looks like, only she has brown eyes. This is exactly it. She has brown eyes and her hair is shorter. She's a little blonde 9-year-old girl. That's my niece. Right? Like, you don't... She's adorable. How can you be mad at her? That's one of the reasons why I'm so invested in Pragmata. Diana looks just like my niece. Like, literally. Yeah, weird. I don't get why people are so upset. If you see her again, tell her to do it so that maybe the man might come pick and be willing to hear her whine. I don't know, dude. I have never met so many grumpy people as when I was in Hawaii. Like, I live in Minnesota, one of the coldest states imaginable. People were not that grumpy here. Crazy. In Iraq, not so much Karen jokes on y'all. Fair enough. But anyways, back to... Okay, hold on. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom because you guys have been making me... You've been making me... drink a lot. So I'll turn on the waves for y'all. and then I will be back in a moment. You guys can enjoy the sunset and the beach. BRB. All right, I'll be right back. I forgot to put it on loop, so you guys got like 30 seconds of the beach. 15 seconds of the beach. My bad. I forgot it wasn't saved on loop. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I want to point out that I say I've never met so many like Karens and upset people, but honestly, I met like 5 people who were kind of Karen-y. The vast majority of people I met were like polite and kind and happy. I will say, Sammy, has anybody here been to Hawaii? Because in my experience, at least on Maui, the people who were working as cashiers were like grumpy. Like I talked about that gas station I was at, right? Right up in here. Where was it? This gas station. The lady who worked in this gas station went to Hawaii. I was on Oahu. Okay. The lady who worked in this gas station. By the way, that gift shop. Can I go down this? Oh, I can. That gift shop was right here. This is the gift shop. It's not here now. It was right here. That's where I bought that turtle shirt. It was right here. Oh wait, no, it's this one. It's at Wits End. I was too far down. It's right here. Yeah, it's there. Can I show it to you? It wasn't here, though. Is this shop? Yeah, this is the shop. This is where I bought those turtle shirts. This is the store. Probably turn my background music back on. Yeah, this is the store. This is where I bought those turtle shirts. A lot of cool stuff in here. Some of it was actually like made in Hawaii. This brand of shirt. This is the brand of shirt it is, and this is made in Hawaii. So this is the same brand of the turtle shirt right here. But back to the point at hand. For some reason that I do not understand. Why is this like weird? I've been North Dakota, cold like shit. I ain't used to. Yeah, yeah, it's cold. The lady in this store was so grumpy. Wait, here it is. Yeah, see, you can just buy poke here. Just like buy the pound. But the lady, like the people here, like you'd go there and they were just like kind of grumpy. Like I don't know if like they're like, oh, I'm in Hawaii and I'm working, it sucks, or like if they're paid like crap or something. I don't know, but for some reason, like staff in places was always kind of like a little bit like grumpy, and I don't know why. I guess maybe if I had to be inside and work while I lived in Hawaii, maybe I'd agree. People rude? I don't know if they're rude. And it wasn't because I was a tourist. You know why? Why, Sammy? It wasn't because I was a tourist. I know that. Because some guy came in, I use this term with love. Some beach bum guy came in. He was wearing shorts, no shoes, no shirt. He was talking like a surfer bra. And he comes in and he goes, "Oh, hey, man." He talks to the girl like he knew her name. He said her name. And she's like, "Yeah, hi. How's it? Yeah, wonderful." And it was just like, usually you'd have some pep. You've had this discussion with people before, Sammy. Go for it. So it wasn't because we were tourists. You should have tipped more. Part of it's because I don't know though, because like I said, that guy came and greeted her by name. She treated him the same. Because I guarantee you, he wasn't a tourist. I do want to point something out though, while Sammy's talking about this. If you are here and go into this store, I cannot for the life of me pronounce that, but welcome in. I'm going to call you R1 because I can pronounce that. Welcome in. Welcome. It's not that hard. For a big dumb American, it is. Bosniak? Hey, I was close. I'll take that. We take those. Welcome in, Bosniak. Welcome. I'm talking about Hawaii. Hi. For starters, it has something to do with this concept called island fever, where you get sick of this tropical paradise island life and you start seeking what mainlanders offer. Because of this, people get jaded with island living very quickly. I can see that. Because when I first arrived on Hawaii, I'm like, I want to buy a house here. I want to live here. This is gorgeous. The weather's amazing. And by the time my flight was like, I want to go home. I want to get away from this place. So like I can see that. Just throw sweet corn at them so they'd be sweet. Write it. Here I can read. Exactly, I will. But welcome in, Bosniak. I'm talking about Hawaii. I just returned from a vacation. No place like home. Exactly, Siren. If you are on Maui and you do go here, walk in the door and take a right. And over here, there's a table that has some confections on it. And one of the confections is cornbread. I don't know if I can find a picture on it. Is that a gas station? No, I'm not going to be able to find a picture of it. It was just in one of those little plastic containers. And it was the best cornbread I've ever had. Like, usually you take like honey butter and put on there. This was sweet. It was like a cake. It was like a cornbread cake. It was delicious. God, it was good. If you're ever on Maui and walk into this store, take a right, get one of those pieces of cornbread. I think it was like $4, but it was a big piece of cornbread. God, was it good. I should have got a picture of it, but I didn't. It was delicious. I cannot state how good that was. It might have been one of the best things I've ever eaten, ever. I should have got a picture of it, but I was too busy eating it to remember to take a picture. Second, of all the islands as a whole, the residents of Oahu are going to be more tourist friendly because that is where Honolulu is at and where most tourists go. It's largely designed to be very welcoming, friendly, and accommodating. It's a different story on the other islands where they want to be left alone for the influx of tourists who ignore the culture and societal norms for manners and bring whatever attitude they want everywhere. So a lot of the locals and longtime permanent residents aren't as enthusiastic to see or greet tourists since they already feel some sort of disrespect based upon years of experience. Not to say Oahu doesn't get that, but you experience it less there since it's kind of that designated tourist island. Jay would have married it if it was a human. If I met the girl who was making that cornbread cake, I would have asked her out. It was so good. It was delicious. I am not kidding. Phenomenal pastry. Highly cannot recommend it enough. Everyone else sucks it up as much as they can, even though a decent number fail at trying to mask it, since sometimes the other kind of jobs that are available are customer service for what it is. I can believe that. I can believe the first two things. Or I can believe that thing and the last thing. But I don't know, but it's one of those things. I'm not mad about it. They're allowed to act how they want to act. I didn't feel disrespected or anything. It's just generally I'm used to service workers having a little more pep. I'm going sleeping, Jay, tripping over cornbread. I'm going crazy. Good night. Eat some rest, Lath. Don't worry about the cornbread. Don't worry about the cornbread at all. Boshniak. I did go to Mostar for vacation because it's a nice city. Mostar? This is a D's Nuts joke. In Bosnia. I have never been to Bosnia. It does look like a very nice city, though. Very pretty. I can see why you would go there. That's cool, man. Where are you from, Boshnak, if you don't mind me asking? I'm from America, obviously. You're from Bosnia. Ah, so it was like a... How big is Bosnia? How big is Bosnia? Oh yeah, I got DuckDuckGo maps. Oh, it's a pretty big country. But it's not like just a hop, skip, and a jump away. It's a ways away. It might be a ways away from. Cool. Cool. I am from Minnesota in America. I am not going to look it up just in case it docks me. Sometimes when I open up maps, it shows the city I live in. So I am not going to open that up just in case. It's one of the only Muslim countries in Europe. Oh, interesting. Part of the concept of island is depression. Yes, depression in paradise. There really isn't much to do in Hawaii, and you're limited to activities and opportunities, so people feel very stuck. For people wondering if they would have a good time in Hawaii, I do encourage you to go and experience what it has to offer. Just be mindful of the culture and do some research before going there and apply what you've learned. Hawaii is a really laid-back place, so learn to be laid-back and flexible. I would agree with that. It was very laid-back. I didn't do much cultural learning. I should have probably done that. I did spend a lot of time figuring out what I should be doing in Japan. I didn't do that with Hawaii. I probably should have though. But we will continue on with the presentation of my pictures. This is a very pretty area. Again, more of a surfing beach than a swimming beach. And there is a section that is roped off specifically for the turtles. These are all sea turtles. Right. Not these, but that's a sea turtle there. A lot of sea turtles. I have a lot of pictures of them. Let me check my... Okay. We're gonna go for the photos. So I took a bunch of pictures as I walked down. There's a little overlook. Again, I love the zoom on my camera, but you could see them coming up out of the water. You could watch them going back, like this one's going back into the water. Very, very pretty animals. You weren't allowed to approach them. You were supposed to stay fairly far away. I did. Because they're endangered. You're not allowed to touch them. You're not allowed to feed them. You are supposed to leave them alone. So I did. I didn't get within, 500 feet of them. I stayed as far away as I was supposed to, but they were very cool animals. If I travel to the Midwest like last week, you'll hear a little twang come out in my tone of voice, and I'm significantly more international about small manner types things because holding doors and using extra manners, because that's what the culture demands, unlike over here in Seattle, where we are a bit more self-contained and coming off as cold and unwelcoming. Nobody in Minnesota would get mad at you if you didn't hold the door. The truth is when it comes to Minnesotans, some people talk about Minnesota nice. Some people talk about it being passive aggressiveness, and I think it's a mixture of the two. It is very difficult to get mad at people when you might need their help, right? And when winter comes and the north wind blows and there's 10 feet of snow on the ground, you need to get along with your neighbor. You have to, because you might need them to survive. So part of what we do here is we just don't get riled up about stuff. Unless it's a big deal, then we talk about it. But in general, we just sort of, okay, they're going to be that way, and I'm not going to worry about it. That's how we sort of roll in Minnesota. There's many times where people haven't held the door open for me for things, and I just don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I always try to hold the door for people. I always try to do little niceties because it's nice and it makes me feel good, but that's about it. Seeing turtles is adorable weird. And for the record, the twang just naturally comes out when I talk. I don't intentionally put it in there in my interactions. Jay would get mad at me if I didn't hold the... Exactly. I would be furious at you if you didn't hold the door open for me, Sammy. You better do it. You better do it. But yes. So yeah, we in Minnesota, we tend to be pretty helpful because we probably are going to need other people to help us eventually. Yes, Sammy. I have a few more pictures of turtles here. This is on the beach out into the water. Again, way too choppy to swim, but pretty good for surfing. Little small turtle. I gotta tell you about this steakhouse I went to for dinner after commencement. I'll do it later. You can tell me now, dude. Type it out. This was on the way back to the airport, and this is the end of my camera roll. Not my phone camera roll. This is the end of my camera roll. So this was when I was leaving. I took a few more shots of the mountains. Very pretty. And this is the end of the camera. My camera. I don't want to share the place with others. Okay. Hit me up on Discord or something, man. You know how to get a hold of me. I have a few more pictures on my phone camera roll, but not very many. By smoke signal, exactly. So I tried to zoom in. This is why I bought a camera to take pictures, because this is what happens when I zoom in with my phone camera. This is a terrible picture. I then went out for ramen. I talked my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece and nephew to go for ramen. One here. This is the ramen joint. I've been to Japan. I've had ramen. This was pretty authentic. I ordered chicken ramen because I had never had chicken ramen. My brother-in-law ordered tonkatsu ramen, which I tried the broth of. It was a little thin. It was a little thin for like what I had in Japan, but it tasted very good. So it was this place was very authentic as far as ramen. Thank you, Weird, for the frying pan. I needed that. I don't even know how I found a random axolotl in Germany. I'm like 99% sure it's supposed to be impossible to find one there. Maybe it was abandoned. It could have been. The popularity of Minecraft brought axolotls into the mainstream view, and I think there's a lot of people who get exotic pets and don't realize how much care it's going to take, and then they just throw them out. Happens more than you think. Tonkatsu is great. So I ordered chicken ramen. You can see a piece of chicken right here. It was good chicken. I also ordered gyoza. It tasted exactly like gyoza in Japan. So whatever they did, it was good. It was also about 2 or 3 times the price as it was in Japan. It was very expensive for ramen. I paid because I wanted ramen, so I bought this for everybody. It was $100 for ramen for 5 people. $20 a pop. If y'all want instant tonkatsu ramen, I recommend the brand Shin Ramyeon tonkatsu flavor. It's as good as it gets from something freshly made. Just don't add the spicy oil seasoning stuff. Okay, I'll talk about something in a minute. My brother ordered the Tanaka Classic, which was tonkatsu. My sister ordered the garlic one, which was tonkatsu with like some kind of garlic. Tanaka Tori was what I ordered. That's tori for bird. Wonton tori was chicken soup with chicken wontons. That was in that was for my niece. She ordered that. She loved it. She said it was the best ramen she ever had. Made me happy. And my nephew had some karage, of which he ate about 5 pieces, and the rest of us split it. They ordered 10, but yeah, the sales tax is pretty low. I think it's like 6% in Minnesota. So 4.7 is not bad for sales tax. But yeah, $17 for a bowl of ramen is crazy. However, it was very authentic. So if you're willing to spend the price and you're looking to have ramen, Tanaka Ramen in the Maui Mall, pretty good stuff. There was also a Baskin Robbins there, and then we went and had ice cream after, of which I bought that too. So yeah, recommend. I wanted to try some Hawaiian made rum. My sister found this and I bought it. These were horrendous. These were they were so sharp. They were rough. I think I had about a half a shot of each of them, and none of them were good. Do not recommend. I capped them all and put them back. I wrote a note on the box and left them in the freezer that said, I do not recommend any of these. Whatever type of rum these are, none of them were good. The spiced one was the best. And no, the dark one was the best because that one must have had some kind of aging done to it. None of these were good. Do not buy this. This is coconut rum right here. I tried it. Noted exactly, sire. It's not about the taste, it's about the journey after. The journey after was to the toilet. That's the wrong kind, probably is. I really wanted some pineapple rum, I just couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I like pineapple. It's hard to find anything in Bosnia, but I somehow do it. For example, I found a cheap PS1. The reason why it was impressive is that the PS1 is never released in Bosnia. Dude, PS1's a solid system, dude. It's a good find. For alcohol, I always go for, oh god, Rakia? Rakia? Something like that? Maybe. I have no idea. I've never had it before. Hold on. Well, now I want to look. Fruit spirits. Oh, brandy. Now I want some brandy. We'll plan a vacation to and figure it out from there. I am going to need a very long vacation. I need a vacation from vacations, and I've already got next year planned. So I am, because, listen, I'm not against that, Sammy. I'm not against it at all. I've got next year's vacation planned out. I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon. Siren has made it very clear that Siren has invited me to go to Japan with her, and I would like to go back to Japan. And now Sammy is inviting me to go to Hawaii. I need, God, I'm getting old. I wish I was 20 again sometimes. Jägermeister's good. It's different. I've had Jägermeister. It's good. It's different. Now I've got to go to the Grand Canyon. I have to go back to Japan with Siren, and I have to go to Oahu with Sammy. Okay. And when I go to Oahu, I need to find out who's making that damn cornbread so I can have it. We'll plan it for a few years from now. I know. I think Butter told me he wants to go to Canada Wonderland with me, too. I told Butter I'd do that within 10 years, which is fair, which I guess I'm going to have to do. I guess I have to do it before I'm 50. I'm 39 now. I suppose I can talk. I had my birthday in Hawaii too, by the way. I've kept my birthday a secret a little bit, but I had my birthday in Hawaii this year. So now you know where my birthday is within like 2 weeks. So. Siren knows when my birthday is, but I've kept it secret. You forgot it was my birthday? Did you ever tell me your birthday, Siren? I don't know if you ever did. I technically have to go to Japan with another friend of mine. He's in charge of planning everything because I'm a derp. I enjoyed planning for Japan. I still need to go to is it this one? It's this one. Yeah. I need to go here. So if we ever go to Japan, Siren, this is the only place I want to go. This is up a mountain. I know you get tired, Siren. I will carry you on my back if I have to. I have done that before to people. Did that to a drunk girl back in college who couldn't walk. So I can carry you up the mountain if I have to. I want to go here. It's too pretty for me not to go. So that's my only condition. That's it. Yes, your birthday in Hawaii. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. My only condition for Japan is to be able to see the AK-48 theater. Oh. Oh, is this like an idol thing? I never got into idols. I can carry you or Seraphis, Siren. I can't do you both. I'm sorry. I'm not that tough. So if Seraphis carries you, I can't carry him. Just saying. I'm just saying. We're going to have to figure it out one way or another. I want a picture. After that, I don't care what we do. Well, that's a pretty easy demand. Where is it? By the way, DuckDuckGo map. Oh, it's in Tokyo. That's easy. Yeah, it's easy. It's in Akihabara. That's easy. It's an easy ask. This is the only place I want to go in Japan. Other than that, I would like to go back to Kanazawa too and buy more pottery. The pottery in this place was just gorgeous, and I want to buy more of it. So I would like to go back here. That's negotiable. But that temple is the only place I really want to go. I would love to go here. They also do a pottery class, I believe, Siren. So if that's something you're interested in, that would be a reason to go to Kanazawa. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Potter's Wheel Experience. Yeah, they like let you do pottery. Oh, hydrate weird. So yeah, I would like to go back to Kanazawa to buy more pottery. As it was gorgeous. I will posture check and stretch. Thank you, weird. I drank. And I would like to go to Yamagata. Oh, they pack it up. They pack it up tight. Would you buy it? They pack it up in boxes and paper and bubble wrap and stuff. Oh, you mean like the wheel? No, you'd be fine. It'd be good. Congratulations on the win. I meant if I made... You'd be fine, Siren. Don't worry about it. They pack it up. Even when... We'll wrap it in bubble wrap as you're turning it on the wheel. It'll be fine. It'll be perfect. Don't worry about it. Siren lost. Okay, I got a couple more pictures. So there's this. This is as I was leaving as well. I took a couple pictures on my phone as I was leaving. Very pretty. And I think I have a sandwich. Yeah. So in LA, it was like 9 p.m. and I found a Jersey Mike's in LA. It's like $20 for a sandwich. I bought it and I ate it. Good sandwich. I bought that in a bag of chips. It was like $20. Ridiculous. Airplane food costs, ridiculous price. And then we're into the tarot cards that I showed for Effective. And then my sister's cat. That's it. That's my trip to Hawaii, boys and girls. That's everything. That's all of it. You've seen everything I've seen except for that cornbread. That's my sister's cat. I think that's Jelly Bean. Thanks. No, thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate it. I also didn't buy it. Wait, hold on a second. This one? Nope. This one? Hold on. There's a mall. There's Safeway here? Where is Safeway? It's gotta be this one. Yep, it's this one. I think it's this one. Looking as the Cologne Cathedral is like looking at a fractal. The more you zoom in, more details. Oh, okay. There was a Safeway right next to it. Is there a ABC store there? Sure was. So there was a mall here. And there was a kid's store. Yeah, Safeway. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I bought stuff here. My sister bought a photo album here. They had like a handmade photo album. It was over here on this picture to the left, over here on the wall. They had like a handmade photo album that had a turtle on it. It said Maui. But there's like a kid store somewhere here that sold like kids toys. And I bought stuff there because you see, like I said, you see here, this is a baby shower invitation from my family, from my cousin specifically. And I bought baby clothes. Well, I gotta go, but remember your mom is a spawn point. You're not wrong about that. Butter! Welcome in, Butter. How's it going, man? Yeah, there was a kids like clothing store, or like a kids toy shop here. And I bought a onesie and a bib for my cousin who is having a baby boy in this mall here. A onesie, yes. Not for me, no. I'm a little too big for a onesie. Also, Butter, you missed it. I'm a little too big for a onesie. Wait, was it not on this camera roll? Why is it not in this camera roll? Hold on. Hold on, let me get stuff open. I bought a shirt. I bought a turtle shirt. Every day. Jaywalking is all I do, Butter. I have back revealed to the world with my wrinkly shirt. Thank you. I bought it in Hawaii. It was $35. This is a back reveal, ladies and gentlemen. Wrinkly shirt reveal. Free back pics. I know. You don't even have to subscribe. Sammy told me I need to get that shirt for my model, and he's right. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Vacation J. Am I going to have to be like a Ken doll now? Like we have Vacation J, Lawyer J. Yes, this is on top of a mountain, Butter. Yep. I was at 10,000 feet. I went from sea level to 10,000 feet. Very pretty view. But yes, I have back revealed to the world. It'll never be the same. Never be the same. My anonymity is gone. I'm cooked, bro. I'm cooked. It's a very, very, very barren mountain. Also, this sign right here, United States Space Force. So when I was standing still, no. But if I go to... I wonder if there's pictures up there. I didn't take one. So it wasn't this clear for me, which sucked. There was a parking lot up there. So this is where you come in. You come in here, you loop around. Yeah, here, right? No, this isn't the parking lot. Here. This is where you leave. There is a staircase up here, and this right here is where that 10,000 feet sign was. Right here. Right? That's where that picture is. Right there. Right? When I jogged up these steps, I got up to the top and my heart was like pounding. Like it was like I had ran a mile. And it was just because the oxygen was thin and I needed to catch up. But after I stopped and I started breathing properly, so in through the mouth and then slowly out through the nose to get your, yeah, just up those steps. In through the mouth and then slowly out through the nose to get your oxygen back up. After I started doing that, I got back to normal pretty quickly. But yeah, that high up, running up those steps, winded me. And like, I'm not in great shape. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm not like a Herculean gentleman, but I'm not in terrible shape. So, you know, there's that. But yeah. Google says 30% fewer oxygen molecules into your lungs. I believe it. Standing still was fine. Walking around was fine. But me and my sister walked up the steps, and my sister said, I wonder if going up the steps is gonna wind you. And I said, maybe, let me see. And I kind of like jogged up the steps, and sure enough, it winded me. So just pointing it out. But yeah. J back reveal. Also ankle reveal if you were here early enough for the Poke Bowl. Do you want to see the Poke Bowl I had, Butter? Poke Bowl. At Miso Fat Sushi. Oops, that's the wrong one. Oh, it's over here now. Poke Bowl at Miso Fat Sushi. So this is raw tuna over rice with avocado and bean sprouts and sesame. So it is sushi. It is this is ahi tuna. And it is in a sauce. Is it supposed to be a poke ball, but then a poke bowl? It's a poke bowl. It is a type of sushi dish. Very good, very rich. Couldn't finish it all, as I said before. I don't need this open. You're not cultured. It was good. I wouldn't worry about it. There's the tiny pineapple I saw. That's real live pineapple. You can eat that. It's just very small. I went on a tour of a pineapple farm. Saw pineapple. There's full size pine. That's a full size pine. Brownies, had pastries. Brownie was good. Almond croissant, you can skip it. Cheesecake was not great, but the coffee cake was phenomenal. If you ever go to Hawaii, Butter, you go to Maui, and you end up seeing this place, right? I recommend the coffee cake. As delicious as this looks, I would avoid it. But yeah, I've talked about it. It's 10 p.m. I'm surprised. I did not think it would go this long. Oh, I have this video too. This is also just when I think this was the first day there. Just looking out over the beach. Noted. Let me know if you ever go to Maui, Butter. I'll give you all the spots. I'll let you know. I'll give you the inn. I'll let you know. But yeah, I had a good time. It was fun. It was a good vacation. This was like a vacation. This was like relaxing. Whereas like my Japan trip was like an adventure. I was like running around all the time and it was very tiring. This was very relaxing. I want to point out too, Japan is substantially farther away from the United States than Hawaii is. Like it's over twice the distance. It's a little crazy. Kind of cool. But yep. I recommend, I would recommend, Maui. Do some research, find some cool stuff to do. The national park was very good. I would recommend, because I'm a big fan of exploring and seeing stuff, but I definitely prefer just a relaxing for a vacation. Hawaii would be phenomenal for you then, my guy. Let me, hold on. We'll do this. Well, we'll do both. Why not? Made 2 albums. So I'll give a quick rundown for you. I was parked like right here. This was the building I stayed in, like somewhere right here. I forget like which one technically it is. It's probably like this one. I was probably stationed like right here or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was. Like my family has gone on the same vacation and it's like we visit 5 places in a day and it's somewhat chaotic and like I just want to chill at one location for the day. That would be a good Hawaii thing. Also, that'd be good for Japan. I did a lot of that in Japan. Yo, coming to Japan with me, Butter? This was the view outside of my hotel room, dude. This is right outside of my hotel. Perhaps when I have money, done. When you're a big famous programmer, done. You're coming. Money is important. Either that or if I blow up, maybe what'll happen is people will see the back reveal and go, that's a Giga Chad. I want to follow that guy. And then I'm going to get subscriber after subscriber. And then all of a sudden I've got like 1 million subs. Then I'll take everybody to Japan. That's what I'll do then. Delio. Yep. So subscribe for the back review. Dear Lord, I'm cringe. The C stands for cringe, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I saw a lot of cool stuff. It was a very fun vacation. It was very relaxing. In all honesty, it was a little too relaxing for me. I like to do stuff. I'm kind of Butter's family. When it comes to that, I don't like to do 5 things in a day, but I usually like to try to do at least 2. So this was almost too much relaxation for me, but it was very enjoyable. If you have not been to Hawaii, it is something that I would recommend. One of the things that we didn't get to do is apparently this road right here, the road to Hana, is gorgeous, but it's very difficult to drive. My brother and my sister did it when they went to Hawaii on their honeymoon. My brother-in-law and my sister. And they did not want to do it again. So this is something that I would have liked to do, but apparently this road to here, Hana, which by the way, isn't really a town. It's just like a little like location. It's like a pit stop, right? This drive from like here to here takes like 3 hours. And then you can loop around and go the other direction, and you can literally spend like all day driving this loop. Right? And I mean, for reference, I'm covering the scale here. Hold on, let me hide my model. This scale down here is 5 miles. Right? So what, about 2 inches? So the whole island is maybe 10, 20, like 30 miles across. If we went together, we could race around the island. Yo, Fast and Furious Maui edition. I think I just made $1 million movie idea. Dom, we gotta travel the road to Hana. No one can drift the road to Hana. You can with the power of family. I think I just made $1 million. I think I just made $1 million. We need the Tokyo Drift guy. Who was the Tokyo Drift guy? What was his name? What's his name? I forget his name. Lucas Black. We need Lucas Black in there. We got to get Vin Diesel in there. We got to get Paul Walker is no more. I don't think he can join. We got to get Michelle Rodriguez. Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris can come. We'll get the band back together, baby. Paul Walker can join in spirit. That's true. He can. Yes. But yeah, that was my vacation, guys. I don't. Thank you. I'm not a big. These can get deleted now. Good vacation. It was very fun. It was very fun. I don't generally do a lot of just chatting. Pun not intended. I like the pun. I'm fine with the pun. I don't generally do a lot of just chatting. I feel a little weird like giving presentations, but I do appreciate you guys hanging out and chit chatting. It is cool. It's fun to share all this stuff. It is cool to talk about. I need to make a thumb for Pragmata now too. Then play Pragmata tomorrow. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this picture. That's my thumb. I've had that saved for like 3 weeks. Yeah, Pragmata thumb. But we'll do that later. Oh, can I show off my video store, guys? I played like 3 hours of Retro Rewind yesterday. I played like 3 hours of Retro Rewind. It's wintertime now. I expanded my store. I made it bigger. If you were here on Sunday, I've got a lot more room now. I played like 3. Hey, buddy, what's up? I played like 3 hours. I got to level 14. I got the fridge upgrade. I got sodies now. I got a bigger case for my shiny movies. Oh, you don't have hold on. You don't have sound for this because I turned it off so I could listen to it. Hold on. Click there, click there, click there. Let me mute that. Wait. I started buying 20 of each new release as opposed to 10 because they always were sold out. And I got a little box for all the fancy new releases. I got 4 shelves in this area instead of 2. I've got everything categorized now. I have 2 extra shelves. I have a kids section. I got drama overflow because I have so many drama movies. I've been gaming. I got a cotton candy machine now. Yep. I've been cooking. I'm proud. I changed the I found out you could change the floor tile too. And the ceiling tiles. You can change a lot of stuff. And this sign should not work like that. But it does, so I'm leaving it there. Because it makes me laugh. So yeah, my video store. I don't know if I'm going to play this more on stream. This might just be my sort of relaxing game until I beat it. But maybe one day when I get like finished and I have employees and I can just stand around and watch it work, maybe I'll do that. But like right now, probably not. Got upgrades to do. But yeah, I'm a little proud of it. It's going good. I'm making money. But yeah. All right, that's that. Want to show it off. All right, that's it for me. I need to raid people. Hold on. Wait, where'd my model go? Why'd my model gone? Oh, I hit it and never brought it back. Well, there's nobody live on Twitch. Somebody playing Retro Rewind? There's a lot of people playing Retro. How many viewers do I have? 6 viewers? Well, let's raid out to somebody playing Retro Rewind. Let's find ourselves somebody cool and relatable. Low to high. We got a VTuber? I'm a VTuber. Cloud Sato. Granny Tata. Who's this? 30-second ad. Hold on. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll see. We'll watch the ad. Everybody watch Granny Tato's ad. It's actually a granny. We'll find out. I don't think that's actually a granny. Screw it. We're going to rate Granny Tato. Why not? I can't raid anybody on YouTube yet. So No raid on YouTube. Sorry, guys. But we're going to raid Granny Tato on Twitch. We'll end the poll here on the YouTubes. 66% of people are wrong. Carrot Top is obviously the best ginger. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back tomorrow with Pragmata. And we will see you then. Siren, thanks for hanging out. Night, Butter, Weird, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. And I will see you all tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow. Yukati, thank you. No, thank you for hanging out, Yukati. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. As always, I am Jay, and you are adorable. See you guys tomorrow for Pragmata. Have a good one. Bye now.